I just uncovered my boyfriend's painful history with his dad, and now I'm scared for my kids being around him, but my boyfriend is begging me to keep silent about this to his family. This came to a head last night, so this is still fresh, but I'm spiraling a bit. Early in our relationship, my 32 female boyfriend, 26 male, had a panic attack while we were on the phone. He was panic ranting and said something about his dad essaying him, and carried on with his panic. I was helping him through the attack, so I didn't want to grasp onto what he said in that moment. A little background: my boyfriend has always reported having a tumultuous relationship with his father, which has improved with adulthood. But he feared his father growing up. His father kicked him out in his teens, and he to this day cannot disagree with his father. He tiptoes around his father, and it makes me so sad. It's very clear he has past trauma. Fast forward, my boyfriend and I had a son, now 20 months old, and I'm currently pregnant with a girl. My boyfriend's mom has graciously agreed to provide childcare to our son while we work so we can avoid daycare. When we agreed to this, what my boyfriend had said about his dad has been nagging at me, worrying me that I'm putting my son and soon-to-be daughter at risk of SA. My boyfriend has a history of mental health issues, and in the midst of everything else, I hadn't revisited what he said during that phone call. I had, however, been mulling over what he meant by the statement, whether it was literal or a figure of speech. Last night, my boyfriend was talking about SA in the world of football and whatnot, and I remembered his dad. I decided to bring it up. I approached the topic gently and told him that I wanted to know what he meant by that. He simply said, he SA'd me and asked if I wanted him to go into detail. I told him yes, but only if he's comfortable. He proceeded by telling me exactly what happened. It was full-blown rope. My heart sank. I let him speak about it until he got everything out that he needed to. I asked him who he's talked to about this. He spoke with a counselor and with his dad a year or two after it happened. His mother and siblings don't know, and he doesn't want them to know. He said his father has genuinely apologized and hates himself for what he did. He said that his dad still to this day says sorry at random times. According to my boyfriend, this happened when he was 19, and he didn't do anything to stop it, which is resulting in him taking part ownership of what happened. Based on some details he shared, I encouraged him to seek counseling again considering he hasn't addressed this without his dad and their counselor, to which he agreed. Now the topic of our children arises. I'm terrified of our children being around their grandfather when we're not present. My boyfriend is convinced that his father did this because he was drunk and that he will never do it again. His father rarely drinks now, and if he does, it's a minimal amount, and my boyfriend says he stopped drinking because of what happened. He asked that I don't treat his father differently, especially in front of the kids, despite knowing what he did. He has forgiven his father and is convinced that he deeply regrets what happened. He says his father would never do anything like this to our kids. I've always had a tainted view of his dad due to everything else, the mental hold his father has over him, etc., but knowing this disgusts me. In my mind, alcohol doesn't make someone SA their child. It only inhibits their judgment, so I question if what happened was purely due to alcohol. I feel that my boyfriend's view is clouded due to how badly his father has messed him up mentally, but also due to some details he shared about the experience. He agreed that his view could be clouded and has agreed to discuss this when he establishes for counseling. I don't know what to do. Our son has been cared for by my boyfriend's mother regularly for the past year plus, and his father is always there, but is never alone with our son as far as I know. My boyfriend's mom is deeply attached to our son and they have a great bond. She and I also have a great relationship. I know she'd be crushed if we took the kids out of her care to put them in daycare, especially because we wouldn't be able to tell her why. I know this would put a rift in the relationship we have with his entire family. I wish she knew what had happened, but that's not my place to tell her, and my boyfriend refuses to tell her because it would destroy the family. I'm heartbroken that my boyfriend feels the need to defend him over anything. I truly feel it's due to a lifetime of manipulation by his father. I'm hoping with everything in me that counseling helps lift the veil his father has casted over his eyes. Even with counseling, I don't think he could ever come to terms with driving his family apart. I don't know what's going to happen. I want to put them in daycare, but we can't afford the daycare in our area, $1,300 per month per child, and they all have wait lists with no end. My family lives 45 minutes away and they all work and can't commit to watching him regularly. My boyfriend is begging me to not do this and to trust him.